So a lot of X's come back, or weird X communications during this time. All right, Scorpio, high level. I'm going to keep these kind of quick just so I can get them out and then I can spend more time. I have Aquarius, Capricorn, and Sagittarius to do also before I do the mid-monthlies. Those are late too. So I'm going to keep these kind of quick and then I'll spend a lot more time and I'll do you four first for the mid-monthly, okay? High level. Stuff is calming down, but you're not ready for it to calm down yet. But you're feeling the energy change, okay? You've been getting tired. Here in your past position, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which means you're in the process of working on something, a relationship, okay? I'm trying to keep this love focused. Sometimes work kind of works its way into the readings, but you're working on something and the cycle has not ended yet. Okay, so in terms of your love life, there's seeds that have been planted and you're working on growing them and you're starting to get tired because you're not really sure if you're seeing the fruits of your labor like you've wanted to in terms of love. So you're not getting the return that you're wanting, at least just not yet. But it's okay. This is in your past energy. Now in your present energy, we have the Five of Swords reversed. So this is a really good that this card is reversed because this is a card of battles, okay? It's a card of lose-lose situation. Nobody's happy. So maybe there was in the past a fight that kind of put something on delay, even with your current partner or long-term partner, or even in dating, things maybe haven't been going well. There's been some hiccups and it's calming down. Now in tarot, we have Ace, which is number 1 through number 10, and that's a cycle, right? And there's hiccup points along the way in anything in life. You begin something, there's the fresh energy, you're excited, and then there's a hiccup and you get a little frustrated, you have to keep working, and then there's a hiccup and you get frustrated, and then there's fights, and then, you get tired. But then the 7s are really right before you get to the 8 where you push through to the end, and you push through to the end. Now we have 7s, 5, and 5, okay? So you have some, and another 5. So you're in the midst of these hiccup points in terms of love. So miscommunication, misunderstandings, hurt feelings, all right? So even though these energies are reversed, okay, 5 of Cups is crossing it as a challenge, this is telling you that even though this energy might be lessening, the fight may be over, you're still tired from it a little bit, but there is a bright side. This is telling you to don't forget to look at the bright side, okay? The fight's over, the stress is lessening, dampening, but it's not over. There's always good on the other side, okay? So you can really choose to look at the dark side, or you can look at the light side, or you look at the positive, look at the negative. So that's what your benefit is. This is a challenge to force yourself to turn around and look at the positive emotions associated with all that's going on, because there's kind of a lot going on for you in March, right? And I'm excited to do your mid-monthly right after this, actually, because we'll hopefully see the shift. Now, what's grounding your March, or has been, is the Knight of Wands reversed. So charging ahead, okay? Taking a lot of action. That's what this card means when it's upright. Changing places, changing residences, moving, all right? So maybe that's something that this fight was about. Wanting to maybe do spring cleaning or have a garage sale, get ready for a move, or changing places, or you're wanting somebody to move in with you, or vice versa. This is reversed, so this means that kind of the energy is still there, but nothing's actually taking place just yet, and possibly because there's been some hiccups. What's crowning your March is the Hierophant reversed. So your relationship, whether it's new or old, okay, or even a non-relationship, you're trying to date, or you're working on dating and working on meeting some people. This states that, with this being reversed, that you're not in any sort of phase where you're either so frustrated that you're seeking outside counsel, even spiritual counsel, like through tarot cards, okay, even though you are watching this. You're not in a state of such frustration that you're feeling like you have to reach outside counsel, or you're also not in the situation where you're feeling like you're wanting to really progress a relationship forward to the point where there's going to be high-level commitments and high-level ceremonies, okay, as in terms of engagements or marriage ceremonies, okay? Because the high priest or the high priest or a hierophant can mean marriage. So whatever phase you're in the midst of these hiccups. And so the emotions are a little damp. The action, the positive action is a little dampened. But just remember that what will benefit you during this time, Scorpio, is to remember the bright side. Okay. And I like this. I like this card in this Anna K Tarot deck because traditionally there's 3 cups overturned and 2 upright. Here we have 2 overturned, 3 upright, with the promise of more upright cups if you choose to walk through to the bright side. Okay. This promises if you choose to focus on the positive, full, happy emotions, that there will be more. And just on the opposite side of that, if you choose to focus on these spilled cups, look how dark and dreary it is. If you're going to focus on this, you're going to go into this black hole of emotions and nobody likes to be there. Okay. Challenge and benefit. Now, what's in your future, very near future, and probably what you're dealing with right now is Knight of Swords. So this is, again, seeking clarity, but taking action without having the clarity needed to take appropriate action. This is jumping in to try to rectify something through words or making assumptions through your mind, making assumptions that a situation needs to be fixed and that you're the only one that can fix it. Okay, so this is kind of a rash energy. Now, the swords are always about clarity and thoughts and personal mind power, okay? But the Knight of Swords takes that a little bit too far in that he or she makes rash judgments about something and then actually takes action where there are probably misconceptions about what's going on, okay? How you're feeling about the situation, again, we see this, okay? The 8 of Pentacles reverse. So you're not feeling like you want to put your head down and work. You're feeling tired. Okay, you're kind of in this limbo stage because of these hiccup points is what I'm going to call them. You're in this limbo stage of you're feeling tired, but you haven't fully yet decided to say, okay, I'm in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this work. So you're getting there. Okay. You're getting there, but you're not there just yet. All right, Scorpio, now how your partner or the outside world is viewing you. This is what's funny, Scorpio, because you're being viewed in a very positive light. The Queen of Wands, okay? They're viewing you as somebody and the situation that has potential, okay? Lust for life, happiness, success, okay? Positive feelings all around and potential. This is a card of nothing but pure potential. Okay. So whether you feel a certain way, tired, maybe feeling like giving up, maybe feeling like you're not really wanting to push forward with something, even though intuitively you know maybe it's time, you're not being viewed that way. So just know when these rash assumptions may be being made, you may be making them wrong. Okay. This could also be, you could be involved with an air sign that is doing this to you. All right. But just know that they're viewing you in a very positive light and maybe too positive. Okay. Maybe they're viewing your relationship something you're not really wanting to work on. You can. Okay. There's a lot of potential here. You can choose to work on it, but maybe you really aren't wanting to, but they are. They're gung-ho about it and they love it and they're going to come in and try to do whatever needs to be done. But as this happens, remember, Scorpio, that there can be positivity. There can be lots of it and more of it. In your hopes and fears position, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. So this is, again, lack of clarity. So you may be fearing that what's happening here, there may be some misconceptions. Your partner may be making some misconceptions and you're afraid of that because maybe you're afraid that they're going to come in and try to fix something when you may be, in fact, done. But the question you need to ask yourself is, are you really? Okay. You can get emotionally fed up with something. okay, and maybe wanting to take a break or really not sure where it's going, or if you want to take the action to make it go somewhere, okay? But what's clear here is that they do, okay? So you need to be clear about how you're viewing it. And sometimes if you just change that view, it can be bright and beautiful. So during this time, your outcome card is the Strength card, Major Arcana. So this is definitely telling you to rely on your inner strength. Don't make assumptions. If your partner is making assumptions, just let it play out, okay? Sometimes emotional strength, emotional power, and steadfastness within yourself, and not getting enthralled in the heat of moments, will really set clarity where it needs to be, okay? At least in terms of you. You're not going to be giving away your power in terms of this relationship right now, okay? You're staying strong. Stay strong within yourself. They can act however they want to act. This doesn't necessarily have to be bad. You may be viewing it as bad though, okay? But they're viewing it as very positive, and you need to decide if you're going to view it as something that is positive, okay? Because this can all turn around based on your mindset and based on your view of it. Okay, so this is very clearly stating, again with the Strength card, stay in your emotional power, okay? Hold tight to what you know within yourself, okay? You don't have to project anything. You don't even have to communicate it, but stay settled emotionally within yourself. And this is stating that you are, okay? You're not seeking answers from up high. We know this because Hierophant's reversed. You're not really looking for options either. You're not excited about options. You're not looking for options. There may not be options, but that's okay right now because you're figuring something out with respect to your love life, and you're staying true to yourself, and that's the key. If someone wants to, I always envision this type of reading, I always envision it is like a boxing match or MMA fight where there's one competitor who has control of the center of the ring, and the other person's just bouncing in and out, in and out, in and out, running around. And this person's just kind of letting them burn up their energy, okay? They're pushing back, but they're holding firm on their ground. And the other person's just getting tired, running around, doing all these actions and making all these moves and running around. And this person just stands still or, stays in their place and fights back, but holds true to where they're standing. That's how I'm envisioning this scenario for you. So do that. And in doing that, the high level energy for this reading is the Queen of Pentacles. So stay true to yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you're doing and what you're building. Okay. I'm really getting a sense that you're not needing to. Okay. Even if you're wanting to, you're not sure if you want to, but you're not needing to put forth a lot of energy into a situation, into a love relationship right now. They can, and then you can decide if you wanted them to stay. Okay. If you're in a long-term bond, I'm not talking about leaving. I'm just saying that maybe some things have been going on in your relationship that are causing the other person to kind of panic a little bit, and that's okay. Maybe mistakes were made, maybe lies were told, maybe there's just been frustration, maybe work schedules are crazy, but that's okay. Let them work that out on their own, and just know that you are settled within yourself, okay? The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is happy with where she is in her life. She has material abundance, success, money, and freedom, and she is at a point where she's able to give. Okay, now she can choose whom she wants to give to, but she doesn't have to. Okay, she's settled with who she is emotionally, spiritually, materialistically.